Today is August 28th. Welcome on in to Daily Cards Live, brought to you by Munganess, St. Louis Acura, and Royal Banks of Missouri. I'm Joe Roderick, joined alongside by Bob Ramsey. And Rammer, things didn't go the Cardinals' way this weekend. I said last week they're a team that knows how to not get swept, and that wasn't the case yesterday at the hands of Aaron Nola.
Well, you know, the minute a stat becomes noteworthy, it's about to change.
Yeah.
You made a note, and here we go. We're going to change it up.
I guess if we're gonna play if we're gonna be Pollyannas here and play the glad game and look for positives out of I once again, you know what? I said it in his first start. I liked what I saw of Drew Rom, and I thought his defense let him down. Again, Drew Rom yesterday didn't look bad for a guy making his second major league start against that Phillies offense.
Yeah, I got to say, and this may be unfair because I don't have hard data to support it. So if I'm wrong, I'll admit that. I don't care. I'm wrong all the time. But I don't know if his repertoire, the way he pitches is sustainable, but he's got a month to show that it is. So yep. I'm okay with giving him a chance.
Well, he's also, he's a young kid too. So yeah, he gets all spring training. This isn't, he's a guy that will get a shot at spring training along with that. So
he's not a guy that wows you. But the Cardinals at this point in time have no one available for the rotation next year that wows you. No one.
They'll get a firsthand look at a guy tonight, just like they did yesterday. Aaron Nola, a top free agent. Today, it's Blake Snell, another top free agent. So back to back. Cardinals front office, they can compare and contrast what they see against them 24 hours apart from each other and decide which one is 1A and 1B on their checklist going into the offseason.
And I kind of like Urias a lot too. 1A, 1B, 1C. Urias wasn't good his last outing, but I think in the long term he could be pretty good as well. I know a lot of folks like the kid, is it Yokohama from Japan? Really like him. And then you're probably
talking about the one that pitched in the World Baseball Classic. I don't know if the Cardinals. First of all, I don't think that you don't see those Japanese superstars coming to the Midwest. And I also just think that that's way out of the price range of what what it might be asking for.
All those things may be true, but I don't think you take them off the list. If you're only, what are you saying?
Are you talking about Roki Sasaki or no. Yamamoto?
Yamamoto. Yeah.
Okay.
Yamamoto.
Okay.
If you just say, no, we're not going to do that, I think that's something about that doesn't sit right. Now, if you say, if I've got choices, why would I come to a last place team? I think that's much more legitimate than zip code.
Yeah, it feels like we've seen too many cases where the players will go from Japan over to the West Coast. And then the very rare occasions of maybe a New York. So it's been, Seiya Suzuki, he went to the Cubs. You had Fukudome who went to you don't see those Japanese stars coming to St. Louis, coming to the Midwest.
I think I'm not buying that. Then you're just saying, we're just going to cut off an opportunity to get players.
I don't think it's the Cardinals that are not going. We've seen the Cardinals have success bringing in players. They scout well in Asia. I think you saw them go, and when they brought over Sangwon-Oh, the KK, they brought him over. Miles Michaelis was a guy they scouted out of Japan. So I'm not saying it's lack of scouting or lack of effort. I'm saying that those players, I think, see the marketing going to the big cities or staying on the West Coast as opposed to coming to the Midwest.
Okay, that's your belief.
It is. So tonight it's Blake Snell.
But if that's true, then why scout? Why spend all that money scouting?
Because the needs and desires of every free agent are not the same.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So you go for it. Because when I said to put them on the list, you gave me some pushback, which is okay because you might be 100% right that guy would have no desire to come to the Midwest of the United States. That may be true. But if we're saying we're going to put the effort in to scout the Pacific Rim and to really push for that, then you have to be open to those opportunities. That's all I'm saying.
The Padres will come into this series without Jake Cronenworth, fractured his wrist over the weekend. So the Padres will be scrambling to fill a hole over the next few weeks of the season. Probably
he's not had a good year, but
no.
They can't stand to lose more players.
Yeah, that's basically what it comes down to. But you will get to see the superstars in that Padres lineup this week: Machado, Soto, Tatis. As far as star power goes, not a better trio in baseball as far as names, but the record doesn't match up that same way.
And Bogarts, they got four of them.
Yeah,
their best player, in my estimation, has been Kim.
Yeah. Again, and we list off all of these names, all of these guys. They're 61 and 70. It is, for as much of an anomaly as it is with what the Cardinals are going through. It's at 56 and 75. You have the Mets and the Padres too. That you just look at it. And I know we've talked about it before, where you just look at it and you just. It's why, how, like, what is happening here with these teams with all these superstars on it not being able to win games?
Well, and you have to put the Cardinals in the group of major disappointments in Major League Baseball. Padres, Cardinals, Mets, Yankees, for sure, those four major disappointments.
Padres are 8 games out of the third wild card spot right now going in to this weekend, and they have a long way to go before they even jump another team. As the wild card standings sit right now, the Miami Marlins are the team in front of them. They are 3 games back of a wild card spot. So the Padres, it's not just a matter of picking off one by one. You got to catch that first team before you can start picking off teams one by one to get there. So
if they can get to the 500 mark with a couple of weeks left, then you say, okay, what's it going to take? But right now they're so far back. I know their fans are very unhappy about it.
Right now, for today, it is, as we mentioned earlier, Blake Snell against Adam Wainwright. We've said it many times. Adam Wainwright once again going for win number 199. This is not the offense you want to face with the stuff that Adam Wainwright's been throwing up there lately.
Except that their offense has not been good. However, they're looking at it like, here's a chance for us to get well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even Gary Sanchez, who had been horrible, has really played well for them as part of their catching group. They're looking at it as an opportunity to get well. Adam's got to look at it as a chance. I got to get 199 against this team that has just not been good offensively. So we'll see who comes out on top.
Yeah, Gary Sanchez, I mentioned him earlier in the season about possibly when they were looking at moving Wilson Contreras out of the catching position more into a DH role. And this is when Gary Sanchez was DFA'd earlier this year, he has rebounded quite well in San Diego. But Wilson Contreras, saw this stat earlier today, since July 1st, he has a 336 batting average with an OPS near 1,000, an OPS right now of 986. His expected on base average right now is top 12 in baseball. Top 12% of baseball. The lack of luck that Wilson Contreras has been hitting into this year, those numbers could all be even better if some of those balls just found the holes that they should have this season. So his offense has not been as much of a disappointment, I think, as some people might think.
Yeah, that whole debacle on his usage early in the year, I think, really messed him up. And once he got over that, we started to see the real Contreras. Let's face it, the dude can hit and throw. The rest of his game, I don't know about. But he can hit and he can throw.
Yep. So first of 3 tonight, no lineups yet. Too early in the day for those, but it's Adam Wainwright and Blake Snell when the Cardinals and Padres get underway at 6:45. this evening for
Mm-hmm.
home baseball, home for the next week now, home against the Padres. And I didn't look who's in town this weekend. Have you seen who's I know they have a day off on Thursday, and then it's the Pirates are in town this weekend. The Cardinals right now, Rammer, we mentioned it. They are 56-75. They need 7 wins on the season to avoid a 100 loss year. The schedule in September is not easy for them.
Well, yeah, to me, this is the worst. This is the worst season in my lifetime. There were a couple of years in the 70s that were very close, but this one's worse.
Yeah.
So my lifetime is quite long, by the way. So this is quite a sample size. This has been the worst.
Depending on what they do this week against the Padres and the Pirates, we very easily could be talking next Monday about a 100 loss season for the Cardinals. I really think that if they have a really bad week, I'm talking a 1-win week this week, and you look ahead at the schedule, it's Atlanta, Cincinnati, Baltimore, Philadelphia, Milwaukee, San Diego again, then Milwaukee and Cincinnati. That's a lot of playoff teams in the mix. Whew, that's really hard to talk about right now and think about.
The other thing that's a little bit frustrating is we see youngsters get called up all around baseball and just come out of the gates on fire. Now, some of them have come back to earth, which is not unusual, but don't you get jealous sometimes? Not that we don't, we still love these young guys and love their potential. But boy, wouldn't you love to see one of these guys come out with a 10-day, 2-week period where they're hitting 350 and bombs and it's almost indicative of the team. Just kind of feels like we're just kind of treading water.
Yeah, I've seen Ellie De La Cruz throw out Corbin Carroll on an attempted inside the park home run. I mean, that's the best of both worlds right there, between just showcasing just some of that exciting rookie talent that's in the National League right now. 6:45 start time tonight. We'll be back to talk about it more tomorrow on Daily Cards Live, brought to you each and every day by Munganast St. Louis Acura and Rammer Royal Banks.
Royal Banks in Missouri, where better service means better banking. Give them a call. Talk to one of the terrific bankers over there for whatever your needs may be. We've had a home equity credit line there for a long time, and it's been great for us. I know it will be for you too. 314-212-1500, Royal Banks of Missouri.
He's Bob Ramsey. I'm Joe Roderick. We'll talk to you tomorrow right here on Daily Cards Live.
Munganast St. Louis Acura has a great selection of new and certified pre-owned Acuras. Get 3.9% financing for up to 36 months on all new Acura models, or get $1,000 in loyalty incentives on the 2023 TLX and RDX, and $750 in loyalty incentives on the 2024 Integra. Get financing as low as 1.99% for up to 36 months on certified pre-owned TLX and MDX models. Munganast St. Louis Acura, better than ever for you.